Egyptian President Anwar al-Sadat speech on peace with Israel. I come to you today on solid ground to shape a new life and to establish peace. We all love this land, the land of God. We all, Muslims, Christians, and Jews, all worship God. Under God. God's teachings and commandments are love, sincerity, security, and peace. I do not blame all those who received my decision when I announced it to the entire world before the Egyptian People's Assembly. I do not blame all those who received my decision with surprise and even with amazement, some gripped even by violent surprise. Still others interpreted it as political, to camouflage my intentions of launching a new war. I would go so far as to tell you that one of my aides at the presidential office contacted me at a late hour following my return home from the People's Assembly and sounded worried as he asked me, "Mr. President, what would be our reaction if Israel actually extended an invitation to you?" I replied calmly, I would accept it immediately. I declared that I would go to the ends of the earth. I would go to Israel, for I want to put before the people of Israel all the facts. I can see the faces of all those who were astounded by my decision and had doubts as to the sincerity of the intentions behind the declaration of my decision. No one could ever conceive that the president of the biggest Arab state, which bears the heaviest burden and the main responsibility pertaining to the cause of war and peace in the Middle East, should declare his readiness to go to the land of the adversary, while we were still in a state of war. Here I would go back to the big question. How can we achieve a durable peace based on justice? In my opinion, and I declare it to the whole world, from this forum, the answer is neither difficult nor is it impossible, despite the long years of feuds, blood, faction, strife, hatreds, and deep-rooted animosity. The answer is not difficult, nor is it impossible, if we sincerely and faithfully follow a straight line. You want to live with us, part of the world. In all sincerity, I tell you, we welcome you among with full security and safety. This in itself is a tremendous turning point, one of the landmarks of a decisive historical change. We used to reject you. We had our reasons and our fears, yes. We refused to meet with you, anywhere, yes. We were together in international conferences and organizations, and our representatives did not, and still do not, exchange greetings with you. Yes, this happened and is still happening. It is also true that we used to set as a precondition for any negotiations with you a mediator who would meet separately with each party. Yes, through this procedure, the talks of the first and second disengagement agreements took place. Our delegates met in the first Geneva conference without exchanging direct word. Yes, this has happened. Yet today I tell you, and I declare it to the whole world, that we accept to live with you in permanent peace based on justice. We do not want to encircle you or be encircled ourselves by destructive missiles ready for launching, nor by the shells of grudges and hatreds. I hail the Israeli voices that call for the recognition of the Palestinian people's right to achieve and safeguard peace. Here I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that it is no use to refrain from recognizing the Palestinian people and their right to statehood as their right of return. We, the Arabs, have faced this experience before with you. And with the reality of the Israeli existence, the struggle which took us from war to war, from victims to more victims, until you and we have today reached the edge of a horrible abyss and a terrifying disaster unless, together, we seize this opportunity today of a durable peace based on justice. You have to face reality bravely, as I have done. There can never be a solution to a problem by evading it or turning a deaf ear to it. Peace cannot last if attempts are made to improve fantasy concepts on which the world has turned its back and announced its unanimous call for the respect of rights and facts. There is no need to enter a vicious circle as to Palestinian rights. It is useless to create obstacles. Otherwise, the march of peace will be impeded or peace will be blown up. As I have told you, there is no happiness based on the detriment of others. Direct confrontation and straightforwardness are the shortcuts, the most successful way to reach a clear objective. Direct confrontation concerning the Palestinian problem and tackling it in one single language with a view to achieving a durable and just peace lie in the establishment of that peace. With all the guarantees you demand, there should be no fear of a newly born state that needs the assistance of all countries of the world. When the bells of peace ring, there will be no hands to beat the drums of war. Even if they existed, they would be stilled. Ladies and gentlemen, peace is not a mere endorsement of written lines. Rather, it is a rewriting of history. Peace is not a game of calling for peace to defend certain whims or hide certain admissions. Peace, in its essence, is a dire struggle against all and every ambition and whim. Perhaps the example taken and experienced, taken from ancient and modern history, teaches that missiles, warships, and nuclear weapons cannot establish security. Instead, they destroy what peace and security build. For the sake of our peoples and for the sake of the civilization made by man, we have to defend man everywhere against rule by the force of arms, so that we may endow the full humanity with all the power of the values and principles that further the sublime position of mankind. Allow me to address my call from this rostrum to the people of Israel. I tell them, from the Egyptian people, who bless this sacred mission of peace, I convey to you the message of peace of the Egyptian people, who do not harbor fanaticism and whose sons, Muslims, Christians, and Jews, live together in a state of cordiality, love, and tolerance. This is Egypt, whose people have entrusted me with their sacred message, a message of security, safety, and peace to every man, woman, and child in Israel. Let all endeavors be channeled toward building a huge stronghold for peace instead of building destructive rockets. Introduce to the entire world the image of the new man in this area, so that he might set an example to the man of our age, the man of peace everywhere. Ring the bells for your sons. Tell them that those wars were the last of wars, the end of sorrows. Tell them that we are entering upon a new beginning, a new life, a life of love, prosperity, freedom, and peace. You, sorrowing mother, you, widowed wife, you, the son who lost a brother or a father, all the victims of wars, fill the air and space with recitals of peace. Fill bosoms and hearts with the aspirations of peace. Make a reality that blossoms and lives. Make up a code of conduct and endeavor. The will of peoples is part of the will of God. Ladies and gentlemen, before I came to this place, with every beat of my heart and with every sentiment, I prayed to God Almighty. While performing the prayers at Al-Aqsa Mosque, and while visiting the Holy Sepulchre, I asked the Almighty to give me strength and to confirm my belief that this visit may achieve the objective I look forward to for a happy present and a happier future. I have chosen to set aside all precedents and traditions known by warring countries. In spite of the fact that occupation of Arab territories is still there, the declaration of my readiness to proceed to Israel came as a great surprise that stirred many feelings and confounded many minds. Some of them even doubted its intent. Despite all that, the decision was inspired by all the clarity and purity of belief and with all the true passions of my people's will and intentions, and I have chosen this road considered by many to be the most difficult road. I have chosen to come to you with an open heart and an open mind. I have chosen to give this great impetus to all international efforts exerted for peace. I have chosen to present to you in your own home the realities, devoid of any scheme or whim. Not to maneuver or win a round, but for us to win together the most dangerous of rounds embattled in modern history, the battle of permanent peace based on justice. It is not my battle alone, nor is it the battle of the leadership in Israel alone. It is the battle of all and every citizen in our territories whose right it is to live in peace. It is the commitment of conscience and responsibility in the hearts of millions. When I put forward this initiative, many asked what is it that I conceived as possible to achieve during this visit and what my expectations were. And as I answer the questions, I announce before you that I have not thought of carrying out this initiative from the precepts of what could be achieved during this visit. And I have come here to deliver a message. I have delivered the message, and may God be my witness. I repeat with Zechariah, love, right, and justice. From the Holy Quran, I quote the following verses. We believe in God and in what has been revealed to us and what was revealed to Abraham, Ishmael, Isaac, Jacob, and 13 Jewish tribes, and in the books given to Moses and Jesus and the prophets from their Lord, who made no distinction between them, so we agree. Salam alaikum. Peace be upon you.